The Situation versus WeAreRandom.
Hello and welcome to yet another game from round 1 of the Masters of Deathmatch tournament. Currently spectating The Situation in teal playing as Franks and WeAreRandom in green playing as Mongols. The tournament actually finishes on Saturday, tomorrow, so all the round 1 games should be completed by then. At the end of the week, probably Sunday, as I won't have a chance on Saturday more than likely as I'm actually moving out. On Sunday I'll bring out a summary of all of the games so far with a link to each of the matchups so you can watch them. As you can probably tell, if you've not noticed already, I'm not sure how, but all the first round games have been between Mongol and Franks, and that's about to change next week. We're going to be seeing a lot of Mayan Wars, Goth versus Chinese Wars, and others as well. So do stay tuned for that. Okay, so The Situation is actually playing this. As you can see by the scores, Democracy of Gods is actually spectating The Situation in this situation. So yes, The Situation playing very aggressively by the looks of it, sending some paladins over to WeAreRandom's base now. WeAreRandom, not yet with a castle up, but with siege workshops and 2 castles on the way. Not really much out for WeAreRandom actually. He's got a camel out, but other than that, he's not really got so much out yet. The Situation, however, with a 5 barracks start and 3 stables, that's going to allow him to get plenty of paladins and halberdiers out. So heading across the map now then with a few paladins just to sort of see what WeAreRandom is doing. As you can see, he's getting another castle or 2 up there. So that's 4 castles so far coming out for WeAreRandom. Now quite a few halberdiers coming out for The Situation now, and he's not really got so much going yet. He's just got his barracks and stables out, and I've noticed he's got an early monastery, so it looks like he's going to be collecting up those relics as early as possible. This map does have a few relics on it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that can contribute a lot to your gold count late game. So collecting those relics early on this map is highly useful. As you can imagine, that extra gold does provide a nice little boost late game. A couple of castles coming up on the hill here for The Situation. It's always good to place your castles on the high ground as they do get an attack bonus, and also it allows him to make a move from this point. He's building a sort of forward base here by the looks of it, as to be expected from any Frankish players. Those heavy camels are going to want to stay away from the halberdiers and the arrows. Heavy camels do have a very poor resistance to arrow fire. As you see, not so much resistance there at all on the pierce armor. Another castle coming up on this hill for The Situation. It looks like he's really heavily fortifying this area, and he's just cut through WeAreRandom's camels. WeAreRandom though, bringing out some scorpions and some mangudai, to be expected of course. No siege onagers as of yet. It looks like he's going scorpions first, and that's fair enough. It's not really so important what siege you decide to use. Siege onagers would be a lot more effective against halberdiers though. Heavy scorpions tend to be a lot more effective when your opponent's coming at you in a long line. As you can see, the actual scorpion bolts sort of go through everything and hit everything in the way. So if you can get your opponents to come at you in a line and use scorpions, they're extremely effective in that situation. However, for now, I think onagers probably would be a better bet for WeAreRandom. Okay, so definitely some forward base action going on here for The Situation. 3 castles there, multiple siege workshops on the front line, and stables back here as well. It looks like he's going to go extremely aggressive. This monk just about to pick up that relic there as well. Deathmatch, it's important to keep all of your pressure on as much as possible. I don't know if The Situation is actually using a market here, but he's getting plenty of town centres up early on to keep his gold counts high enough. Franks are very, very hungry civilizations. They require a lot of food and gold to keep them going. So it's always important to get the economy started as soon as possible. As you can see, 4 town centres there, with all of them going to be aimed at this gold pile here. The Situation though really looking quite strong now. He's getting yet another castle up here, and he really is making a big push forwards. Another castle going up and town centre there. Looks like that's going to be thwarted by these camels though. However, the situation is putting a lot of pressure on here. He's got this forward base and he's backing it up constantly from the rear. It looks like WeAreRandom is going to have a tough job to break this because he doesn't have much siege out that's capable of taking down these 3 castles yet. If he got some more siege rams out, then he would be in a better position. It looks like he's about doing that now anyway. He's got 2 out on the field, but it's not enough at the moment. The situation though, still collecting up these relics, and he's doing a good job. He's only got 1 more to collect, and that's going to help him gain a nice gold boost. Not seen any evidence of a market yet from the situation either, so it looks like he is relying purely on his first push to try and break WeAreRandom, and it looks like he's going to do a good job of it. He's got more men streaming in, and he's making short work of these scorpions here with these paladins, cutting them down extremely quickly. Some onagers fire coming in there from the situation as well, and look at that. Big damage from the onagers there, and those scorpions are all but wiped out. Siege rams are very good use actually, not just for taking out your opponent's structures, but having siege rams at the front of your army can actually help to soak up the arrows from your opponents. Just a little fact alert there for you. But the situation now pushing right the way in, and WeAreRandom with very little left on the map. He's got his heavy camels down here, and they look like they might be able to take out this small force of halberdiers. The paladins just going past there, and WeAreRandom not looking too promising right now. He's not got much left on the map, and the situation has a massive army advantage. These heavy camels are pretty much all that the WeAreRandom has left. WeAreRandom doesn't really have much in the way of villagers either. He's just got these few here, but not much bringing in any resource. He's got a little bit of gold left, but if you compare that to the situation is still equal on gold, and he's got a lot more on the map. So it does look firmly in favour of the situation right now, and if WeAreRandom manages to pull this back, I'll be extremely surprised. Castle's going down from the trebuchet fire of the situation, and there's not really much that WeAreRandom can do right now. He's just sort of rallying back at his base, trying to build up a little bit of a force here, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. The situation, of course, with a large amount of town centres down here, farms out already, plenty of villagers gathering gold, and these camels made short work of by the arrow fire from the town centres. There we go, last one going down now.